So this next video I wanted to check out. Uh people like do people like ruining their lives for others' entertainment because I think it's like a form of it's gotta be some type of mental health issue. Like, are they just that desperate? Or is it like they just crave attention and are willing to do anything for it? Red eyes? No, but they don't hurt. I mean, like, shining gun is a shining gun. You feel me? But so I wonder why people like Johnny Somali or people like Vitaly would do the things they do simply to get noticed. Do they give you side advantages or just for look? Nah, bro. If you mean like side advantages as in like contacts for like glasses to replace glasses, no, they don't do that. Oh yeah. Nah, I don't need glasses. But so this Vitaly situation. I heard he was in the Philippines, right? I didn't really care about him, but I was keeping track of just like I was with Johnny. So Vitaly did some ish in the Philippines, and the Philippines said, "Hey, we know what's going on with Johnny Somali in Korea." I mean, it felt like they said that, and then they said, "You know what? We're gonna make sure we make a point out of this guy." Making a point for nobody to follow in his footsteps and come to the Philippines trying to be a nuisance streamer. Yeah, that's why I heard he's about to go to jail, bro. So that's what video getting ready to check out. Like he's about to. And I heard the Filipino jail in the Philippines is like crap. I don't know. Actually, yeah, I don't know. But let's just see what happens. Let's see what's going on. The deserved end of Vitaly by the YouTube channel Internet Anarchist. As always, links are in the description below. So be sure to check out Internet Anarchist. And yeah. Before you do that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because your boy's trying to hit 1,000 before I get to the end of the year. So help me out. Let's check out this video, see what all Vitaly did, and then see if Internet Anarchist also talks about the prison thing. So I'm curious as to see how long, like, how many years is he facing and things like that. I haven't seen a video like that yet. I haven't watched one anyway.
Vitaly has always been a victim of his own stupidity. For as long as he's been on YouTube, Vitaly has always been a victim of his own stupidity. From ruining his reputation with fake pranks, to literally assaulting random people. Vitaly is the type of creator to do anything and everything for views, and worry about the consequences later.
Isn't that kind of sad though? Like, all right, yeah, man, you probably have a lot of money, which is, good for you. And hopefully you're enjoying your life and you're happy with yourself. But is it worth, like, is ruining your life and annoying, not just doing that, but while doing that, annoying other people who are just trying to live their life, if ruining your life for the sake of views, is that really worth it? Especially, like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't think so now, especially since if he's facing jail time. He's an asshole. He doesn't add anything to society, so you have to, yeah, you shouldn't have any sympathy for it. Actually, when it comes down to it, I almost feel sorry for them. It's like, you thought it was a good idea to ruin your life for views? Like, are you serious? Man, his fame years ago. Why couldn't he just take his bag and move on? He probably wanted to still be in the spotlight. He saw other people were in it, like newer creators that came after him, and he probably wanted to chase the dragon in a sort of sense because it was probably a drug to him. So he really wanted to be in the spotlight, and he continued to do it. He did what he did, and now he fucked around and found out, it seems.
However, what happens when you take that mindset to a place with zero tolerance for stupidity or reckless stunts?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in any court of law. Sure.
And he still look at the camera like he's all like it's a joke to him. Like, bro, how are you still going to act like you have no remorse? It may seem to you like it'll be good for your fans, or for your fans to see that you're still joking about this, that you're still making fun of it, that you're not really worried about it. You're so nonchalant about it. But to the people who are putting these charges against you and getting ready to lock you up, they're taking mental notes of that. They're like, yeah, he has no remorse, Judge. You can go ahead and throw the entire book at him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was smiling and doing all this other stuff the entire time. He has no remorse. You don't have to feel sorry for him, Judge. So I don't know why he would do shit like that, man.
Right. Yes.
But
Hi,
people are
I'm
dumb.
the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be covering the story of YouTube's most iconic and idiotic troublemaker, Vitaly. How he repeatedly sabotaged his career for views, why he doesn't seem to learn his lesson, and what he did to utterly destroy his entire life. Throughout his life, Vitaly...
Bro, I saw T-Pain talking about 10 niggas could beat a gorilla. T-Pain believes 10 niggas could beat a gorilla. If T-Pain was for somehow in any way, shape, or form right about that, then 100 humans could definitely whoop a gorilla's ass in a heartbeat.
Vitaly has done a myriad of things to make a name for himself, from trying to be a pro skater to appearing in adult films.
He is now.
Vitaly spent his early years experimenting with the unusual in an effort to carve out a career for himself. However, what truly sparked Vitaly's online career was YouTube prank videos. Back in the early 2010s, prank videos were a rapidly growing trend, and Vitaly was fortunate enough to hop on it just as it was becoming mainstream. The first viral hit on his channel was the infamous Miami zombie prank, in which Vitaly chases random people on the street while doing his best zombie impression.
What if they swing? What if one of them is strapped?
While the video
You're
managed to
fucked.
rack up an astonishing 30 million views and net Vitaly thousands of subscribers, the virality of the video and the reactions of the people in it was due to a very gruesome tragedy. A few days prior, a Miami resident named Ronald Popper was brutally attacked and had a major part of his face consumed by Rudy Eugene, who was later dubbed the Miami Zombie. The incident expectedly...
Yeah, I'm surprised he even... I'm surprised he's bold enough to do some of these things. Like, again, he could have gotten capped, but he fucked with the right lens, I guess. Like he got lucky. People weren't strapped or anything like that, or people weren't trying to shoot somebody in broad daylight. At least not over there. But yeah, especially today, if he did that today, he would definitely get shot. But back then, I could see him getting away with it.
Left other Miami residents on high alert, and Vitaly was very much aware of that, but he didn't seem to care and took advantage of the tragedy for views. On one hand,
it's fucked up, but it's kind of smart because it's like that shit just happened. So, but still,
it gave Vitaly his start on YouTube, but on the other, it warped his sense of what constituted as viral content. Harassing, disrespecting, and using other people's pain for views was a formula that would eventually come back to haunt Vitaly. However, at the moment, it has brought in tens of millions of views with uploads like Russian Hitman 60 Seconds prank, Woman in Front of Cops prank, and the classic Gold Digger prank. He even managed to land a lead in the movie Natural Born Prankster, alongside other internet pranksters like Roman.
You're right though. If somebody gave you $2 million, would you, and you still want to be an asshole for clicks? And that just says something about you as a human being. Like I can see being an asshole to try and make a come up real quick, and then you stop. You get paid and then you stop. But to get 2 million and then continue to do that shit just because you enjoy it, then that just says something about you, bro. Like, again, maybe that's your human nature to be that way towards people. And, if that's the case, can't fault you for following your nature. But if you don't learn from any mistakes you make on how society responds to your nature, and you don't make any attempt to change your ways, then you deserve everything that comes towards you in retaliation, because it's your nature versus the nature of a society, like the societal natures. So they're just going to stomp yours out if it's too negative for them.
Wood and Dennis Rohde.
For years, their pranks have gone viral.
Get the hell away from my car, you stupid little prick!
But what happens when they get too big for the internet?
I don't know. How do you know?
By 2019, Vitaly's unhinged escapades allowed him to surpass 10 million subscribers and cement his position as a YouTube icon. Within a few short years, Vitaly had gone from a no-name teenager harassing people to a widely recognized internet celebrity. But that success didn't come without a cost. On numerous occasions, Vitaly had been arrested by law enforcement and even spent a few days in jail at several points in his career.
So society gave you plenty of chances to like change your ways, bro. But you got out of prison unreformed and continue to do your thing.
Some of his most notable misadventures.
And now look at you in prison again, or getting ready, might be in prison again soon. And it's in a different country. And now you're really fucked because the charges seem like they're up there. And so you might hear, I don't know how many years he's actually facing, but he's fucked.
And subsequent arrests include climbing the Hollywood sign.
We begin at 6:30 with breaking news. Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman. A man believed to be a YouTube prankster has climbed the Hollywood sign and is now back down on the ground.
Streaking during the 2014 World Cup.
Bruh.
And filming himself climbing the Great Pyramids in Egypt.
I don't want to curse because I'm in the Holy Land. I love you so much, world. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Mother Nature, for bringing me to this incredible life. Stop the war. Stop the hate. We're all equal. Thank you so much for watching.
Vitaly's time as a prankster.
That one was kind of cool. Like climbing a pyramid. That's kind of cool.
Taught him that being a public spectacle was the only way to get views, no matter how stupid the stunt was. This mindset was only reinforced by the fact that he had hardly faced any serious legal consequences for his immature and criminal behavior. Unfortunately for Vitaly, that was all about to change, as his reckless approach to life was almost about to cost his own and completely derail his career. On the 12th of April 2020, Miami police were summoned to Vitaly's neighborhood following a very disturbing 911 call.
Exactly what's happening, ma'am. Somebody's outside beating the out of somebody. Are there any weapons involved? No. No, he's just beating the out of somebody. Okay. Female on the ground. He was punching her in the face left and right.
The assailant in question was none other than Vitaly, and according to both his later statements and police records, he had consumed several grams of psychedelic mushrooms, resulting in extremely vivid hallucinations that compelled him to leave his residence. Once outside, Vitaly spotted a woman jogging on the side of the road and began approaching her. Despite her attempts to get away from him, Vitaly tackled this woman to the ground and began viciously assaulting her with his fists. The attack left injuries on the woman's face and too horrific to show on YouTube.
Holy fuck, man. That's so... I heard about this, but I was under the impression that he just punched her once. And I was like, oh, that's fucked up. You know, why is this guy still walking around? I didn't know he like did damage that to her. Holy shit, man.
As people started to take notice, Vitaly fled the scene and returned to his home. A few minutes later, police arrived at Vitaly's home to apprehend him.
Your boy can stay back there. Put your hand on the car, man. No, just put your hand on the car.
Just lean on the car, man.
Lean on the car right there.
Hey, right here.
Put your hands behind the back. I'm gonna tell you again. Put your hands behind the back. I'm gonna tell you again. I gotta save the life. Put your hands behind the back. Hey, let me get another cup.
News on the internet spread like wildfire and immediately destroyed Vitaly's reputation as brands, fans, and other influencers began distancing themselves from him.
I'm surprised he was able to get like any type of comeback. Like I'm surprised he was able to get any type of, following when he came back. But then again, there are some weird sick fucks out there that would, follow somebody that does that kind of thing to a woman.
This would only be the start of Vitaly's problems, as the woman filed a lawsuit against him the following week. To say that Vitaly was in a tough spot would be a gross understatement. Not only was he going to face heavy legal costs, but his career was also actively losing revenue from missed sponsorships and YouTube demonetizing his older prank videos. As if that wasn't bad enough, Vitaly was involved in a nearly fatal skydiving incident while trying to promote one of his adult websites. Apparently, the parachute that was supposed to serve as a banner for his site was too small and didn't provide enough air resistance to slow his descent.
Damn, that's gotta fucking
Just a
suck.
favor, keep her next to it, okay?
With his career, reputation, and body in shambles, Vitaly was forced to lay low for 2 years as he tried to resolve the lawsuit and make it through physical therapy. Vitaly wouldn't make an official comeback until the 6th of July 2022, when he posted this video to his Facebook page.
What's good, people? I wanted to do this video for a long time, but I simply wasn't ready. And I wanted to let you know what I've been going through in my life for the last 2 years and why I stopped uploading videos. I want to be real with you. I simply stopped uploading videos because I got burnt out. Before I had fun, and then it became a business and a job. And I was hanging around wrong people. The fame got to my head. I started abusing drugs and alcohol, traveling the world with beautiful women. You think it's all cool. But at the end, I wasn't really happy. Because of drugs and alcohol, I got into serious legal trouble. A legal trouble that I'll remember, regret, and have to live with for the rest of my life.
You gotta learn self-control. Like if you get, especially if you get to a point where you're like a public figure in a way, or you're well known to, you have a fan following. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn to you gotta learn not just self-control, but you gotta learn to hold yourself to that same standard. You know, you gotta learn to hold yourself to a higher standard than what you were when you before you became famous. Because people are gonna look at you and try to mimic your shit, or maybe get ideas from your shit, or they're gonna. Some people obviously get way too what's the word? I think it starts with a P. Whatever. Some people get way too attached to their, whoever they're fanning over. So you gotta hold yourself to a higher standard when you start getting a large following. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make better decisions.
Following this, Vitaly apologized to his fans and promised to be a better person. However, he refused to mention outright what he did and the woman he harmed.
And I'm here today to apologize to all the people that are listening to me right now, to the whole world, to all the people that are let down. I'm so sorry. I was left alone and broken after the incident, and nobody to blame but myself. People that I thought were my friends weren't my friends, and I just fell into depression. I lost everything because of that. And like I said, I'm not here to blame anybody but myself. I take responsibility for my actions, and I simply fucked up. I'm so sorry. For the people that are listening to this, for the people that love me, for the people that hate me, for the people that don't even know who I am. Look what drugs and alcohol did to me. It almost ruined my life. I jeopardized my career. I lost relationships. I pretty much lost everything.
It was obvious that Vitaly wanted.
I like how I don't like, but I noticed how it seems like he's trying to blame it on drugs and alcohol instead of taking accountability for his own actions. Like, nobody forced you to do drugs and alcohol. You did it of your own accord. And even before that, he was, a dick in a way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you actually take actual accountability. It's not that just the drugs and alcohol that's at fault. Definitely this guy too. But it seems like he wants to keep mentioning drugs and alcohol.
To worm his way back into the hearts of viewers. And while they accepted him, there was one statement that foreshadowed the real reason he was coming back: money.
I've been sober for 7 months and I feel better than ever. I started to be motivated again. I started wanting to make videos again for fun, not for business, like it used to be when I first started.
Regardless of his motives, Vitaly had made his return to the internet, but it was only a matter of time before he returned to his old ways. By the start of 2023, Vitaly moved his online activity.
See, people will apologize and then they get a following back, and then it's like, okay, maybe they forgot, or whatever, it works. I can just do whatever now. The ego gets inflated again, or something, and they just go like you said, went back to his old ways. Not everybody actually changes when they say they've changed, or when they apologize and things like that. Not everybody actually has changed or made an attempt to change.
from YouTube over to Kick, where he began doing IRL streams regularly. After all this time, you'd expect Vitaly to either come up with a new content strategy or at least tone down his previous one. Unfortunately, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Vitaly immediately returned.
It's not even that. It's like he didn't have to learn new tricks. It's just you can't teach an old dog to forget it. You can't make an old dog forget his old tricks. Shit.
Harassing random people in a manner reminiscent of his original prank videos.
How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Would you mind if I eat your booty?
I'm sorry. Sorry, this isn't a plausible conversation.
It's not?
No, I'm sorry.
Why? You're wearing a pink shirt, so I thought it's like,
No,
it's
sorry.
like welcome to Miami. I'm here for one reason and one reason only. To pick up black girls like
you. Thought just because he was wearing a pink shirt, he was into that shit? And now you want, okay, now you want to go with the black people. Okay, come on. Don't get mad. Just realize some people have a nature that you don't agree with. That's okay. Yeah.
you and eat them out like there's no tomorrow.
Naturally, people weren't very interested in content from a previous era and barely engaged with the streams. This forced Vitaly to take an even more drastic approach to his content. Around 2024, Vitaly rebranded himself as a predator catcher and centered his content around setting up sting operations with larger streamers like Aiden Ross.
Yeah, bitch! Stay down! Come on, man, I didn't do anything, bro. Okay, rush your head.
From what I know about him attempting to do this, like, he messed up so many catches that the predators would just get away, and then now that person is still out there in the world, and they're probably more cautious or would try to take different measures in order to keep from being caught a second time. So from what I heard, he didn't really help in that niche. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just made things worse for everybody.
You dirty piece of shit, bro. You want to fuck me? No, man. You. You deserve death. Death. You deserve. Man, you wanted to the ass, bro. No, I did not. Man, you wanted to in the ass. When the hell did I say that? Man, I know you want to the ass. He looks like a nice little 50-year-old boy. You want to. No, bro.
With a more justified target for his harassment and a viewer base that enjoyed watching predators getting taken down, Vitaly found a new way to monetize his unhinged antics and wasted no time in doubling down on it. For the next several months, Vitaly and several other internet personalities lured in and humiliated predator after predator. This type of sensational content rapidly drew in millions of viewers and hundreds of thousands of followers, eventually resulting in Vitaly receiving a kick deal through Aiden Ross.
And now the ego goes right back up. Here we go. Some people can't keep their egos in check, man. Like, the fame gets to them. But at the same time, it's like, I'm sure those same people didn't expect that to happen, or didn't expect to be, to be overtaken by their ego like that.
Generated 400 million impressions on Kick. Where do I send the invoice?
To me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'll get it approved.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Bro, this is no budget, Vitaly, bro. You don't understand what I want to do for the platform, bro.
Yo, y'all really gotta fuck with him. Man, fuck a minimum deal for him. We gotta give him the max contract.
Social media success aside, Vitaly's campaign against predators has some concerning qualities that stand out when viewed critically. For one, a majority of the predators he catches are rarely arrested, and of those that are apprehended, there's yet to be any solid convictions. This fact holds true even when they catch someone notable. Furthermore, while Vitaly is supposed to bring these scumbags to justice, he's shamelessly promoting gambling the entire stream. 1 minute, he's forcing an alleged predator to kiss his feet.
When it comes to promoting gambling, you could argue that it's the viewer's choice to decide to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? That being said, some people are going to have maybe they had previous addiction to gambling and they quit, but now they're watching your stream and that's making them want to do it again. You can still say that's like, that's on them for not being able to have that self-control, that self-discipline. But is it society, does the society view that as bad, promoting gambling? It seems like most of society does view promoting gambling as a bad thing. Now, is it actually morally bad? Honestly, I don't think so, because you're trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? And so if to make money if promoting gambling is a way for you to make money, and people just aren't morally stopped by that, then whatever. It just becomes a game of whether or not the viewers can keep themselves from wanting to get into that thing. Like, they can just watch a different streamer, for instance, you know? But yeah, or they can just find a way to cut themselves off from gambling if they have an addiction, you know? But I'm sure it's difficult, but it's still a thing.
On your knees. Kiss my feet and apologize. Kiss my feet. Kiss my feet. Thank you so much.
And the next is shilling online casino games to his viewers.
If I lose right now, oh boy, okay? Pick a mine. Pick a mine. Click anywhere on the screen. You better fucking click it right. Good boy. I give you one more chance. Pick a mine. It better be green. It better be green. It better be green. Whoo! My boy's making me bread. One more mine. Uno más. Uno más. Should I give him another try? He's making us beg. Good boy. Good boy.
To Vitaly, this wasn't about bringing predators to justice. It was about making a public spectacle and a quick buck. Sadly, it wasn't long before Vitaly's game of Catch the Predator yielded some real consequences for everyone involved. During one of his sting operations, Vitaly received a kick ban after a predator decided to take his clothes off in front of a hired actress. This incident not only highlighted how incompetent Vitaly and his team were, but also how dangerous these types of operations could be. Kick would eventually reverse the ban, and Vitaly was once again forced to find a new way to make money off harassing people.
Bruh, it was bound to happen eventually on one of these Predator videos, whether it was Vitaly's or whether it was somebody else's. It was probably bound to happen eventually. Like, holy shit. That's kind of just funny. Like, I imagine that the dude just walked in and was like, so we're gonna do this or not? And starts tripping. It's like, bro, what the fuck? Mans did not come to play. He came to get down to business immediately. All right, enough of that.
Unfortunately for Vitaly, this next method he settled on would cost him much more than a simple ban. By the 27th of March 2025, Vitaly abandoned the predator catching and moved to the Philippines to try his hand at travel vlogging.
Show you who's behind the camera. It's gonna be Kane, the man, the myth, the legend. What's good, Kane? You got the craziest fucking stories. Chad, we're gonna have so much fun today. Let's show him the villa, man. Let's walk around, dude.
For a while, Vitaly seemed to have good intentions when he entered the country and visited less fortunate areas to give away various items. However, during his next stream titled Vitaly Disturbing the Peace in Philippines, it became apparent that Vitaly was still going with his usual public tomfoolery.
Bruh. Fun fact, I was born in the Philippines. My parents were military, and, well, when they were in the Philippines, I happened to be born. Unfortunately for me, they left when I was 3 months old, so I don't know what the Philippines is like, but one day I'm gonna go and visit the Philippines so that I can experience it for myself. My dad says they have some of the nicest people ever, so I'm really curious to see what that's like, because the way with how I grew up, I spent a lot of my childhood in the South, Mississippi. So it'd be nice to see what, the nicest people ever are like in the Philippines. One day I'll get there.
I have no team to control me. I'm myself right now, and you will see. You think shaving head and pissing on their face was too much? I'm coming back ultra demon time, 1000x Plinko ball demon time. This is gonna get fucking Conor McGregor 1-2 hook, left, right, done, bro.
Like, again, why do people think that this type of action, this type of lifestyle is valid? you know? Like, again, you might be getting clicks and views, but at the cost of what? You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, you go against your nature. That might be in your nature, right? But if you're going against the nature of the greater number, the nature of the greater number, which is society in this case, and you're gonna find out what happens. Like, it's only gonna be able to last a certain amount of time before they say, you know what, all right, screw this person and end it. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Knocked out everyone, bro. So nobody gonna beat my content. I'm already getting licenses to become a police officer.
Within just 2 hours of the stream, Vitaly was already harassing everyone in sight.
I have a question.
Like, that's not even funny. He's just like, oh, there's somebody. Let me do something. Let me get in their face and make noises. Like, what? Then you want to call it fucking content? And the people who eat that shit up, were they born as iPad kids that just already have brain rot?
I have a very important question for you. Can I shove this up your booty?
What?
Can I put this in your butt? It's called a new video game, Mario Kart Infinity 360. Is that okay or no?
When he didn't get the reaction he wanted, Vitaly decided to take things a step further and commit the first of his many crimes in the Philippines.
Hulihin mo, kuya. Hulihin mo. Cop doesn't want to do anything. He's just.
Why does he not react?
Nice.
He's not chasing me.
I know.
I want you to chase me.
To chase me.
If harassing people the first time didn't work, Vitaly was more than willing to do it as often as he had needed to get the—
Why would you want to fuck around and find out with like a cop? Like, how stupid are you? Like, to mess with the law enforcement just to see if they'll do anything? I'm like, yeah, you're probably thinking, well, what's the worst thing I do? Put me in jail for overnight or something? Or make me pay a fine? That's probably what he's thinking, but like, does he know the laws of the country? Like, depending on what country you go to, and what you might try the same type of shit that seems innocent to you, but their laws might be far more stricter. You know what I'm saying? They might just off you for that. Some type of shit. I don't know.
The reaction he was looking for.
That's pathetic, bro. That is pathetic. That's like super try hard. Make yourself or make the situation, any situation, as funny as possible, as constant. Like, that is so fucking pathetic. Like, are you kidding me? And people actually watched this shit and enjoyed it? Man, and I thought I was high. Holy shit.
I'm gonna fucking eat your dog. Excuse me. How much to sell your dog to China?
The incredibly disturbing part about all of this was how little Vitaly seemed to care about the chaos he was spreading, and only seemed to care about how many viewers he was getting.
How many viewers we got?
4,900.
4,900. Let's break the 5K, chat. Excuse me, madam. Sorry. I'm gonna fucking rob you if you.
If that's the Philippines, it looks really nice. I like this area at least. It looks nice as hell. I really want to see it.
Keep walking away. I want to give you money. No, okay. No. Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal fuck. Go get your vaccine. I was trying to give you money, but all right. Trying to be a nicer grandma.
Harassing people wasn't enough for Vitaly, as he went around stealing various items from stores around the city.
That's my only fan left in the chat. since I don't have any fans, since I fell off my only fan, bro.
Even after doing all of these idiotic acts, Vitaly felt like nothing would come of it, and he'd face absolutely no consequences.
I love this IRL shit, man. This is my new shit. I just need to find a whole bunch of clippers, because from the clips from today, there would be probably all over the net already. But anyways, I got my family, which is you guys, and we're good. That's all I need.
Well, Vitaly was right about one thing. His clips would go viral, but they also set in motion a series of events that would eventually land Vitaly in his worst nightmare. However, before that could happen, another travel vlogger named Unlock Philippines, aka Eric Cabrera, confronted Vitaly and tried to talk some sense into him.
I started a channel out in Thailand, just exploring and showing people what it's like, and I came here, I've been here a month. Yeah. But genuinely, when we come here and we have power, like we stream and we show people that we have influence, what would it hurt you to take someone and build them up here as the locals instead of like, because there's been videos about you that have come out and they've been showcasing like the bad things that you do, but what about the good? Like,
have you seen the good, what I've been doing?
They don't show it as much. And so I'm wondering, what's it like for a streamer when people don't show the good?
That's a good question because it frustrates me, but I just started streaming. I don't have a team.
Is he doing any good? Like he said, have you seen the good ones? He said that, and I think he means just, have you seen my good clips? And not like, have you seen clips where I'm doing good deeds for other people and doing good things for the community? So this guy is like asking, no, I'm not seeing any clips where you've done good for the community. All I'm seeing are bad ones. And he's basically asking Vitaly if, hey, like, are you doing anything good? Or are you just here to cause problems for people? Because you think it's funny and you're trying to make money from it.
My team left me, so I'm getting clippers and I'm getting everybody, yeah.
Instead of critically thinking about how these escapades has damaged his reputation and the reputation of other travel streamers, Vitaly only considered how viral his antics were.
Do you know there's a content creator named Atozi?
No, I don't know who that is.
He just did a video on you 5 hours ago.
Saying what?
Saying that you were harassing people here in the Philippines.
Yeah, and what about me donating over $20,000 in the last 2 days?
Right, and as a content creator, that stuff kind of goes under...
No, it doesn't, because my editors are working on it, and I'm going to release the truth.
I'm saying when it happens, people don't broadcast that as much.
Yeah, but I don't get... For me, when you know what I mean, then I'm back on top. For me, when people talk shit, that's how I know I'm doing the right thing, because people want to bring me down when you're up. When you're down, nobody cares about you. When you're up on top, everyone wants to bring you down. It's the same thing with my pedophile catches. Everyone thinks they're fake. Oh, they're all real.
When Eric questioned him about the depraved nature of his content, Vitaly immediately resorted to insults and threats of violence.
I'm not talking shit.
So why are you
I'm asking you, why even make that content? Genuinely.
Because
like I'm speaking up for a large majority of people.
Shut the f up, because I do whatever the f I want. What are you going to follow me?
I'm not going to follow
ego.
you.
The ego. Like he doesn't want to listen to this guy try to talk sense into him because he's too in his own ego to care about what other people think, because he's trying to make money because it's making him money. His antics are making him money, and he can't think of any other way to entertain his viewers and, you know, profit off of that without being an asshole to other people who are just trying to go through their lives. They may have already had a shitty day, and then they're walking home or something, and then this fucking random ass streamer comes up, jumps into their face, and like threatens to, you know, rob them if they don't stop or some other ish. Like, come on, man. Like, really? It's gotta be a mental issue. It's like some people. Let's see. I think it was from that YouTube channel Ho Math. They were talking about levels of characteristic or something like that. Like they had a list. I forgot what he was talking about. It wasn't levels of characteristic. It was like levels of what level people have reached within their brain or something like that. I don't know. But like some people get stuck at only being able to think about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the level that Vitaly is on. It's like most people get stuck at that one level where all they can do is think about themselves, and they're unable to consider what anything that they do having an effect on other people. Like they're unable to consider what effect that may be, and they're unable to care. So it's got to be something like that.
Swear to God, bro.
A real conversation. You need to lift people up for a living, and I came here to say that to everybody. You're a literal piece of shit.
Perfect, amazing. Let's go.
Stay
Don't fucking touch me before I knock you the fuck out.
You're not gonna knock me out.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna do?
I guarantee you're not gonna knock me out.
Yo, back off.
Watch him be like a.
What are you gonna do about it? You came with security.
Watch him be like. Watch him have some training in like karate or boxing or some shit like, or some type of martial arts. He got some type of training in self defense. He looks way too confident saying you're not gonna knock me out. Trust me, he looked way too confident.
Security? If I didn't have this camera right now,
I don't have security either. I'm literally just as big as you.
Okay, cool.
You don't need to solve shit with violence, bro. Words are.
I'm trying to walk away from you, and you're trying to follow me, so you're harassing me.
I'm calling you out for being a piece of shit.
Okay, I am a piece of shit. Congratulations.
It was clear that Vitaly felt no remorse for his actions. No one else was worth considering if it meant he could get a few views and donations on his stream. Unfortunately for Vitaly, he wouldn't get away with that sort of behavior forever. By the 2nd of April, Vitaly's luck finally ran out, as he was apprehended by Filipino law enforcement.
That's what he gets.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you.
And like I said before, he's not showing any sign of remorse. They pick up on facial gestures and everything. They know what you're trying to do. Like, just like everybody else knows what you're trying to do. And they're gonna see that shit. And like I said before, they're gonna tell the judge or their lawyers, or, you know, especially since you're not even, you're a foreigner. So it's like the country versus you. Yeah, you expect them to play fair and all, and they will, but it's in that playing fair, they're definitely gonna be like, hey, just to let you know, this guy has no remorse. I suggest throwing the book at him. You know what I'm saying? They're definitely gonna like, they're gonna play fair, but they're only going to let you see. They're only gonna play fair while they're in front of you.
You in any court of law. Sure. If you cannot afford the counsel, the government will be provided for you at any government expense. You understand the right? Yes.
Even now that he was in police custody, Vitaly still wasn't taking the situation seriously, laughing and smirking while they read him his rights. In Vitaly's mind, the worst that they could do was either deport him or fine him. After all, this wasn't his first time being detained in a foreign country. Sadly, this wasn't Egypt or the United States. Filipino law enforcement takes this kind of thing very seriously. By the 7th of April 2025, Vitaly was brought on national television to be officially charged for his crimes.
Also this morning, Secretary Remulla presented to the media the Russian vlogger who's been detained by authorities for harassing Filipinos at Bonifacio Global City in Taguig.
For a bit of extra context, Vitaly was being charged with the following crimes: alarm and scandal, attempted theft, and unjust vexation. Altogether, these charges could...
What's unjust vexation? I feel like I should know it just by going off the name of it, but I want to double check. Unjust vexation as a criminal offense in the Philippines. Are you annoyed by somebody? If yes, then you can file a criminal case of unjust vexation against that person, and such act of annoyance is considered a crime, punishable under paragraph 2, article 287 of the revised penal code. Being annoying is a crime in the Philippines. Probably why they're like the nicest people, some of the nicest people in the world. Now I know why. Because if you're being annoying, it's a crime, and it's punishable under paragraph 2, article 287 of the revised penal code. I like that. That's funny. That's funny.
land Vitaly multiple decades in prison if convicted, and there's no doubt that the Filipino law system wants to make an example out of Vitaly, but only time will tell what his exact punishment will be. Throughout his entire career, Vitaly has been incapable of acknowledging his mistakes, and has been radically delusional about the potential consequences of his actions. For years, he harassed, threatened, and provoked people to grow his online platform. Even when people warned him about the danger, Vitaly felt he knew best, and thought anyone criticizing him was just trying to keep him down. Since he hadn't received any real time behind bars, Vitaly likely assumed he'd never see the four walls of a prison cell. Fortunately, if what the Filipino law enforcement says is true, then it looks like that's all Vitaly will be seeing for a long time. Comment below if you think Vitaly should be in prison. For as long as his—
Bruh. Like, society kept going against him, putting him in prison. So they warned him plenty of times. You can say the universe was doing the same thing, or God, warning him, giving plenty of warnings. You left your ways for a hot second. It didn't work out because the idea was trash, or the execution of the idea was trash. You ended up going back to your same ways in a different country, and you expected the same result as when you were back in America because you don't know better. But he ended up fucking around and finding out. I bet he thinks he didn't do anything. He doesn't even know that being annoying is illegal in the Philippines. And he was annoying to everybody. So I wonder if it's like Johnny Somalia in Korea. Like, after you've been arrested, people can file more charges and those charges will stack. Because I don't know really much about law at all. But if they could do that too, you know how many people he annoyed? If they all went to the office, the police office, and like filed extra charges against them, each having multiple separate charges for being annoying, would they just stack, like, add years? Bruh. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna continue my live stream, but this video is done, so be sure to check out Internet Anarchist. Links will be in the description below. And as always, don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do, and like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that, in case I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace. Much love to you.